Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today we are starting our first reading vlog of 2026. I don't know if you can see it outside. It's absolutely miserable. It's been snowy and just absolutely freezing. It's just absolutely freezing. It's been, I want to say in the 14, 15 degree range. So all I want to do is cuddle up inside and read a good book. This year, we have a ton of fantasy on our TBR, and I thought it would be the perfect time to start Mistborn Era 1 by Brandon Sanderson. I believe the UK book says The Final Empire. This is the US version, and it just says Mistborn. This is actually the book that my husband and I have decided to read this month together. So we are kind of doing it like a book club on Fable. If you would like to join us, you could join us at the Ink Pact, and we're just kind of using that to be able to discuss the book without spoiling each other. And just really love that Fable kind of breaks it down by chapters and allows us to do that without having to have an in-person conversation and be like, hey, I just read chapter 1, what'd you think? And kind of have to remember when I read way faster than him what he's talking about without spoiling, because I have a bad habit of spoiling for him what's going on in the book. This will be my first book jumping into the Cosmere by Brandon Sanderson. It's a little overwhelming to think about the amount of books, but it's also really exciting. And I know he fleshes out his worlds really well. I loved how he ended The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan when he couldn't finish his series. So I think I'm going to like this, and I'm excited to see just what everyone else is talking about. Once a hero arose to save the world, he failed. Ever since, the world has been a wasteland of ash and mist controlled by the immortal emperor known as the Lord Ruler. But hope survives. A new uprising is forming, one built around the ultimate caper, the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind, and the determination of an unlikely heroine, a street urchin who must learn to master the power of a Mistborn. I feel like I've heard this has something to do with some type of metal powers. Should be interesting. Listen, this prologue is one of the best prologues. It's literally like jumping off a cliff and loving every single second of it. It gives you just that epic feeling this is gonna be a good story. I'm baking bread. It was supposed to be French bread. It definitely doesn't look like French bread. It just looks like sandwich bread. I don't know what you call that. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it still looks good. Anyways, I'm going to continue reading. I just had to tell you that prologue was epic. And I'm really excited to continue reading because, I don't know. You know, when you just get that feeling, that 5-star feeling just from reading the style of the author's writing? You can tell you're going to love it. You could tell it's that it's just going to be, I don't even know. I don't know the words I'm looking for. All I know is if you've read that prologue, you know what I'm talking about. It literally gives me those Lord of the Ring feelings. Not really that far into Mistborn yet, but I just had to update you. I'm about 6, 7 chapters in, and I'm completely immersed. I'm completely immersed in this world. Brandon Sanderson has a way of just giving you all of the details without over-explaining things. It's still pretty simple to understand. It's not overly complicated. It's unique. I've never seen a magic system like this. We have, right now where I'm at, we have all of our main characters, and we are basically setting up for this extremely epic journey. I don't know if you'd necessarily call it a heist. I was going to call it a heist, but I don't really think that's what it is. But you have this Dark Lord who has won. He's taken over. And you have these people called, I think it's Ska is how you pronounce it. And they are basically slaves. They do all the dirty work. They do the farming. They do the building, anything like that. And then you have these nobles, and a lot of these nobles are, I think they're called mistings, and they have the power to use one type of metal. And each of those metals does a little something different, but they only have access to one of those powers, and it could be any of those. And then you have the Mistborn, who have access to all of the powers and the metals. And I find it so intriguing. I have not yet seen what every type of metal does, but the way that they use this type of magic is so unique, and it's so refreshing to be able to read something and not be like, oh, here we go again. So good. All of the characters are interesting, even if I don't like some of them. And I'm curious to see where this wild ride is going to take us, because it is going to be a good one. I can already tell. Guys, I'm not that much farther in. I'm like 162 pages, but I have a question. I don't know if this is slight spoilers or not. However, if you don't want to hear it, don't listen. I feel like not many people watch reading vlogs about books they don't normally read or haven't read. So I'm just going to say, if you don't want to hear it, don't listen. However, I just read a part of the book. Kelsier says something to the effect of the rumors about this 11th metal. He started them. So does that mean this 11th metal doesn't do what he says it's gonna do? That he's just like either guessing or hoping, or he's just put this out into the world to let people think that attacking the Lord Ruler is gonna work. Now, I was feeling really good about this whole heist and mission that we're going on. I was feeling really good with how recruitment is going. And now that I read that, I'm questioning everything, because a big part of this plan is getting rid of the Lord Ruler. Now I'm feeling nervous. Now I feel like we're heading towards the ending of this book and something bad's going to happen. That's what I'm feeling. Feeling stressed. So we're going to read more of this book. I don't think I can put this down. Now I have to know. Also, Vin is about to go into like the freaking Viper Den here. She's pretending to be a noblewoman, and I don't know how she's going to pull that off. She can pull off a lot of things, but a noblewoman, I don't know. I just don't see that. So I'm also really curious how that's about to go. Kelsier says they all had passion, but they all had passion. That's what we've lost. They don't have faith in the Lord Ruler. They simply fear him. They don't have anything left to believe in. I feel like that's so powerful. And passion is so underrated as something that like drives people. It's so true. Here's the problem with this book. It is not a book I can pick up and read a couple pages at a time. Like, I'm in line to pick up my child, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. This is a book you really have to like sit down, lock in, and be able to just like live in the world. I also just got a new puppy. His name is Bane, because he kind of looks like he has a mask on his face. And I forgot that having a puppy was like having a new child. So I am constantly, even right now, he's over there sniffing around, about to make a questionable choice. So I haven't really had time to sit down and lock in. I've had time to read like a little bit here and there. But today I'm going to sit here and I am going to read. And that is the only thing I plan to do today, I guess, unless this puppy has other ideas. See, this is what I mean. I'm really just at the beginning of chapter 11, and I had forgotten that this is what I was walking into when I picked up this book. And basically what's happened right now is somebody got found out and a bunch of death just happened. I feel really bad about it. But that's what I mean about this being the type of book that
you cannot just pick up and put down, because I completely forgot we were walking into that. I just read a couple of chapters and holy crap, did that take such a fast turn. I stopped right at part 3 and all of a sudden we didn't just go from Vin, like Vin was supposed to be going to these balls, finding out information. We just met one of my new favorite characters and I don't even know why. Eland. And there's something about him. He was sitting up in a balcony instead of being down at the ball, and he was reading a book. Well, he says he was reading a book, but he seems to be very aware of what was going on with Vin. I don't know. I think he's going to be a very interesting character. And then from there, where I thought we were going to go to a couple more balls and get to know some of these people, these noble people, boom. We're thrown into some action. Kelsier's going on this mission. Vin follows him. Kelsier catches her, and everything just happened very unexpectedly. I don't know. I didn't feel prepared for it. We were just kind of shoved right into this massive situation. And now I don't know where we go from here. I'm about to start part 3, but the ending of part 2 leaves me very, very worried for how the rest of this book is going to go. I just finished Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and what a wild ride this was. Easiest 5-star I've ever given. Like, what the heck was that ending? What did I just read? Mind freaking blown. Roller coaster of emotions. What an amazing magic system. The characters were perfect. They're so complex. They're all different, but they all mesh so well together. The subplot of romance, or the hint at what's to come. This is how you write a book. I fear my expectations have just really risen, and I can't wait to dive deeper into this world. My heart hurts, but I'm also excited. The book didn't end how I thought it was going to end. I don't even know how to say what I want to say without spoiling exactly what happened, but holy crap. I think I'm still in shock about some of the twists that came out. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my God, things could have been so different if we all had known what we knew now. But it is what it is. This is what happened. All I can say is I'm invested. I went into this with absolutely no expectations, and I've just absolutely blown away. I truly believe this is a book everyone could love. I can't think of one person who wouldn't like this book. And I can't wait to jump right into book 2. So that brings us to the end of this reading vlog. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you've read Mistborn, let me know what you thought. Did you expect that twist at the end? Or the multiple twists at the end? If you haven't read it, you need to go read this book right now. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I hope y'all had an amazing time, and I will see you in the next one.